Okay, today we're going to be working on this 2018 GMC Sierra. Problem is here we're having a wiper motor problem. The wipers work fine except they won't go on high speed. They won't work on a high speed. Low speed fine, but high speed no luck. I took a shot and replaced this switch here, the multifunction switch, by removing this clamshell here. It just separates like that. First you can pull this out here and you separate that, and there's two screws and plugs, you can remove it. Did that, didn't solve the problem. So next step is to check the motor. So what I did was, right in here you'll see the grommet and the leads going to the wiper motor. Pull that out. I spear tested the leads with a probe and found out that the low speed power wire worked. The high speed power to the motor was not working. Didn't have any high speed power. So the next problem would be the fuse box. You see how this works is there's a BCM inside the computer, and the switch tells the BCM what to do, and the BCM sends a signal, whether it be high speed or low speed, to the relays in the fuse box. Well, guess what? This fuse box does not have any accessible wiper motor relays. They are only accessible, it's not accessible. They're solid state inside the motherboard, inside that fuse box, and you can't access them. So only option is to buy a new box. So that's the next plan here, is to put this new fuse box in, and it comes complete with all the fuses in their place, and it's going to go right in that spot, and we'll proceed with that in a little bit. Okay, remove the ground cable and make sure it's safely tucked out of the way somewhere where it won't touch the battery ground. Let's move over to the fuse box, and over here we want to there's a little box. I got to pinch this and remove it. That removes the ground wire from the fuse box. Let's do that. Using a 13 millimeter, and remove that nut completely. Okay, on the sides here, there are two clips. They go outward, and just lift the handles up inward like this. Pull the two handles inward, and this should pull right out. See how it's getting loose? I'm going to have to use two hands on this. So anyway, just get these arms, these brackets, pull out on the side, pull them together, they'll lift up like that. Okay, then just lift it out. Goes in like that, it pulls up and pulls out like that. And that's what you got in the bottom, just one more plugs. Now I'm just going to clean them out real good with some spray. And I'm going to plug the new one in. Let's see if there's anything evident here. I can't really see. Anyway, the new one gets plugged in, and I'll show you how that goes in a second. Okay, I'm going to take some of this CRC electronic cleaner and clean spray down all those contacts. And let it dry thoroughly, and then we'll install a new box. Okay, now we got the new box in position, ready to get plugged in there, and let's proceed. I'm going to slide it in there like that, if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to have to drop the camera for this and position those pins so we can get it in. Okay, once we lay the box in, these two handles are together, and we're going to close it up evenly and lock it down. I'll show you that. I can't do it with one hand, but I'm going to lock it down with two hands, both sides. Okay, now that the handles are locked down both sides, this side and this side, going outward, this fuse box is mounted in, plugged in. We're going to put our ground clamp stud back on over here and do our battery over there, and this is done. Simple as that. So in other words, to do this, release the tabs here on both sides, here and here. In summary, pull the arms in, remove your ground clamp over here, your stud, pull the two arms, these two arms together inward, and pull it out straight up. And that should take out your box. Okay. Repeat the steps going back in. And thanks for watching. Okay, in final closing, we replaced this fuse box. I checked the wipers. They're working in every speed now, low speed and high speed. The fault was inside the fuse box, and there was two soldered relays inside that fuse box. Not serviceable. Don't forget to finalize your project by connecting your ground strap over here to your stud. This just pops out of there, but by a clamp, I mean two little squeeze buttons there, and then put on your ground clamp over here on your battery, and you're good to go. Mine worked fine, so we put our cover on, and away we go. Hope you have a good day. Hope this helps somebody removing their fuse box. This is a fault that's with GM. It's a very complicated system. Ridiculous to have BCM control two relays, a switch, a rheostat controlling BCM, BCM controlling two soldered in relays that you can't replace. Ridiculous. The box itself, the fuse box, is around 150, somewhere in that area. But you know, it has to be done if you want high-speed wipers, and I do, because we get torrential rains here in Florida, and we need that high speed. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.